Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So you don't get the Georgia video you wanted today, but you get the Georgia video that you deserve today, as we will be talking about this new development surrounding Herschel Walker and another development in the state of Pennsylvania surrounding the Democrats potentially finding their quote-unquote star candidate. And I felt like this was super important to analyze as I put the finishing touches on the Georgia documentary, which will be released at 6 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday. We're pushing it back. That's the final pushback. After that, I don't know. If it's not uploaded by then, I don't know what you guys can do. We'll think of some punishment, but it's going to be done. It's almost done anyways, but I felt like this was just too important to look away from, to the point where we have to analyze it. So Herschel Walker not running for Senate, Democrats getting their star candidate in Pennsylvania. What does this mean? Does it really mean anything? Is this really even a negative for Republicans? I'm going to discuss it, but first, I got to tell you guys about my good friends over at Noble Gold. So inflation's a thing of the past, right? Well, last month's inflation in the United States is the highest rise in 29 years. So with rising food and gas costs, it's an urgent problem if you're thinking about retiring soon. You need an inflation dam to stop your savings and assets from eroding in value, and Noble Gold's expertise in retirement planning and IRAs means their team of specialists is your first stop. Inquire about this month's offer of a 1-ounce American Eagle pure silver proof coin with an IRA at 877-646-5347 or go to noblegoldinvestments.com. So Herschel Walker's been under fire. A lot of questions have been called into play about his past surrounding things such as domestic violence and some family matters. And obviously we know that on the other side, Raphael Warnock has a lot of the, similar dirt going on surrounding his past, to the point where honestly, I don't know if it's really going to be a deal breaker for Herschel Walker to run for Senate, because we've seen Donald Trump say Herschel Walker's going to run. Herschel Walker a few weeks ago hinted that an announcement was coming soon. The announcement hasn't happened, and then a source that is fairly close to Herschel Walker at Newsmax is now saying that Herschel Walker is not going to run for Senate in 2022. Now, yes, I am skeptical of this report. Just because it came out and said this does not exactly mean that it's going to happen. But if it does, this could be bad news for Republicans, because Herschel Walker was that star candidate, football guy. They say football guy equals safe R. Probably in Georgia, it would equal lean R. But you needed that star candidate to go in and defeat Raphael Warnock. And now it seems as if Herschel Walker may not be that candidate. And you could look at this article, and it talks about the fact that many people were saying that Herschel Walker was going to run for Senate, but it seems as if that doesn't exactly seem to be set in stone at this point. And there's several other candidates that are thinking about running. There's Kelvin King, who's a small business owner. He was in coordination with Trump's administration over the past few years. And there's also Gary Black. Gary Black is the elected official in the state of Georgia for the agricultural commissioner secretary. And in the year where Stacey Abrams almost defeated Brian Kemp in the governorship, Gary Black ended up winning by 6 to 7 percentage points, to the point where it kind of shows that he's a fairly solid candidate. He has appeal to the Atlanta area because he's actually from Atlanta, and he also has a lot of rural appeal because he was the agriculture commissioner. Now, where does he stand on the issues? We don't know, because his website really doesn't have a platform on it. And Kelvin King's website as a platform, it didn't really stand out to me. None of these guys are like Joe Kent level America First candidates. I don't know if we're going to see a candidate like that enter the race. Herschel Walker is definitely a Trump loyalist. He probably agrees with Trump on a lot of issues and would stand by Trump. He was very friendly with Donald Trump. I believe he, babysitted Trump's kids when they were younger or something like that. But it seems as if you look at this here and you say, okay, well, Republicans could be in trouble if their star candidate Herschel Walker is deciding that he doesn't actually want to run for Senate. And this is a problem if you can't find the right candidates. And the same thing goes for the Democrats. And you're going to see this in Wisconsin. They're scrambling around. They don't really have anybody who's solid enough to take on Ron Johnson or even a standard Republican. Same thing in North Carolina, especially in Florida. Obviously, even if they had the best candidate in the world, they still wouldn't win in Florida. But still, it goes to show that you need the right candidates to win, just like in Arizona. That probably would be a Republican seat given the way the national environment is moving, given Biden's approval rating tanking. But Mark Kelly, he is somebody who's actually played his cards right. He hasn't really voted in favor of any of the more radical proposals that Democrats in Congress have put forth. And he's actually been an inhibitor of Biden's agenda in many cases. He's not as good as Sinema, obviously, or Manchin, but he's arguably been the third least bad Democrat senator, which is really saying something because they have a senator from Montana. They have a senator from Ohio. Both of those will be up in 2024. We'll see if they even run for re-election. But either way, Mark Kelly knows exactly what he's doing. Now, is he being a fake moderate? Yeah, I don't really believe that he's doing it because he genuinely cares. I think he's doing it because he wants to be reelected. But still, you see this. And speaking of fake moderates, hello, Pennsylvania. We got to go to Pennsylvania right now. Conor Lamb, who, again, is openly actually, unlike Mark Kelly, being a horrendous politician, going out there saying that we need to abolish the filibuster, going out there saying that we need to ban assault weapons, after he held an AR-15 on stage when he was running for Congress in a pro-Trump district back in 2018. So Conor Lamb is not playing his cards right now. Optically speaking, compared to the other Democrats in the race, yeah, he is the moderate candidate. And it seems like this could be the beginning of the end for John Fetterman, depending on who turns out in the primary. But Conor Lamb's, it's all a facade, the moderate Conor Lamb. And he's kind of exposed himself for that in a way that it's not going to benefit him if he's going up against Sean Parnell. And we could look at this House election that we saw back in 2020 when he was running for U.S. House, and you could go and zero in on Pennsylvania right here. You can see Conor Lamb defeated Sean Parnell by around 2 points. And that was roughly around the same margin that Donald Trump lost that district by. And if you want to look at the end results in the state of Pennsylvania, looking at the electoral map, it was really close to the point where, yes, in 2022, assuming the national environment moves just a hair to the right, yeah, if it's Conor Lamb and Sean Parnell, I'm thinking Sean Parnell's going to take the state. I really do. And far left turnout is going to decrease in a general election. Parnell is somebody who is optical. I think he would do better than Trump in like the Philadelphia suburbs, but he also would have Trump's backing and he would do very well in the rural part of the state, to the point where Conor Lamb would not be able to do at least as much as he was able to do a few years ago. So you have a fake moderate running on the Democrat ticket in Pennsylvania now, who probably is going to lose the general election. And then you talk about the state of Georgia. Again, yeah, Georgia, the Atlanta area is changing. It's not what it was 10 years ago, that's true. But midterm elections are midterm elections. Turnout usually favors the party that is out of power. It could be an R+2 plus national environment. That means Georgia at the Senate level is probably going to tilt to lean Republican at that point. And if you can find a candidate, whether it's Herschel Walker, or maybe Herschel Walker's overrated, maybe the candidate's actually going to be Gary Black, maybe the candidate's actually going to be Kelvin King, maybe the candidate's actually going to be Buddy Carter, which is a representative from Georgia who is considering that he would run if Herschel Walker doesn't run, and that would also make this a very interesting race. So either way, it's going to be close. Georgia's going to be close. Pennsylvania's going to be close. But I'm sick and tired of the notion that Republicans can't win if they don't have Herschel Walker. I like Herschel Walker, but if he doesn't decide to run, that's okay. I mean, there's other candidates there that would be just as electable, if not more electable. You have a statewide official who is considering running, and that's very beneficial in a primary, statewide officials, because they have name recognition and name ID throughout the whole entire state. I mean, you saw this. Kelly Loeffler defeated Doug Collins in part, but Doug Collins ran up the margin in his district in 2020. But if he was a statewide official, I really wonder if that would have been a little different. But either way, this is going to be a close race in Georgia, and this is going to be a close race in Pennsylvania. And honestly, if Republicans win both of these Senate seats, they are almost assured to retake the Senate, because at that point, they will be holding Wisconsin, most likely. They will have held North Carolina. They will have held Florida, to the point where they would actually hold the open seat and get a flip. I don't know a single seat that Democrats are going to be able to flip blue. So if Republicans just get one net flip on the Senate, then the Senate is essentially theirs. So do keep that in mind. And that's really what it comes down to. I give Republicans probably an 80% plus chance at retaking the Senate. The House, you could even argue, is a foregone conclusion when you take into account redistricting. And then on top of that, we'll see how the energy factor moves. Definitely California. You look at California, there's a lot of polls out recently saying that Newsom could be actually recalled. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the polls have tightened so much. It's only like recall is losing by just 2 points to Remain, and there's still a lot undecided. Like Remain is below 50. It's like 48 to 46, and you'd assume the energy factor would be on the grassroots side that isn't going to come out for Gavin Newsom, to the point where, yes, Republicans may actually retake the governorship in California, even if it is just for 1 year. Now, I don't think anything would get done, but it would be a brutal blow to the morale of the Democrats, honestly, at that point. Would kind of remind me of in 2017 when Democrats took the Senate seat that was open in Alabama. But either way, I think it's very, very interesting to watch. I think we have the midterms. They're going to be interesting, and you're going to see a lot of these developments take place over the next few months or so as candidates weigh their options. Are they going to run or are they not going to run? So we'll see about Herschel Walker. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but it seems as if a lot of people are saying that his personal life scandals are mounting, and he just may not want that all to be out in the open. And that's understandable. But keep in mind, Raphael Warnock, he has a lot of the same skeletons in his closet. So maybe we do want the clean candidate that could hit him on that, but we'll have to see. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.